Hey y'all, welcome back to the garage. We made a trip down to Lakota and got our clutch parts. So let's get this thing put together. So let's do her. All right, y'all. Got all our parts here. Got a new throw out. Got a collar. Some new roll pins. And like I said, I kind of did a Craigslist rebuild on this stuff here. So let's start getting this thing put together. First thing we need to do, get the stationary driver or stationary pressure plate. Use your words, Ed. Use your words. See if we can get that thing started down in there. Okay, sheet started. All right. Now the way I like to do it is I take my drift, I go on the back side here, stick my drift in the hole. That way we know it's lined up. And then you just try not to knock everything off. All right, this thing's too shaky. This little table's too shaky. I'm gonna take it over and lay it in the vise and drive it in, but we'll bring you guys right back after I get that done. All right, y'all, got that all drove on there. Now, if you guys can see, I like to leave the end that I drove on, I hit on, sticking up a little bit. So hopefully the next person will see that and realize that that's the end I drove on, and then they'll try to drive it out from the other side. But you know, maybe not. So, but all right, now just need to drop our clutch disc in there, our floater plate. I think that's what you call it, is a floater. So take another one of our roll pins. Get it set in there. Get it started. Take a drift. Now I'm gonna have to take this over, and it's most of the way in. But I'm going to take it over and put it on the vise where it's set good and hard. This is shaking too much. There's too much rebound. So give me one more second. We'll finish getting this drove in there. All right, y'all. Got our floater disc on there. She floats nice and freely. So now we need to stack up the rest of our stuff. We're going to start with our teaser spring and cap. There's a little spring goes in there. That goes down on. Then our teaser cap. And then our spring. Nope. I'm wrong. We need our think about this. Okay, yeah. We need our pressure plate. Then our bearing, and I always put the this is our throwout bearing. I always put that collar facing towards the clutch. Okay. I want that go down on there. All right, we got a burr or something on this shaft here. So let me see if I can get that cleaned up a little bit more, and we'll bring you guys right back. All right, y'all. I can feel a little bit of a bump right there. So oh, she's still got a little bit of a burr right there. Ah, there we go. All right. Awesome. Now, our spring. And then we're going to use a lock collar instead of the back pin, because that back pin is a weak spot in these clutches. So, we got that all on there. So, let's get this. Now, when you're putting these together, I always put the driver in it like that. That way it lines your clutch up. Makes it a lot easier when you go to put the thing together or put it in the tractor. It's all lined up. So let me get my compression tool over here, and we'll get it in on here, and then we'll get this thing finished up, put together. All right, y'all. I got my clutch tool on here. Now we're starting out here at 6 inches, and we want to go 4 to 4.5, because this is a Midwest spring, Midwest Super Cub. I think they're all about the same, so we're gonna take this thing in here. Take a few turns each time. So let's see what we got here. Well, about 5.5. So got about another inch to go. Let's see where we're at now. We're at almost 5. So check her one more time. So we're getting at here 4 3/4. You can tell when you're getting close because it gets hard to getting a lot of tension on that spring. We're at, where am I at here? All right, a little bit more, about 3/8 of an inch more. Oh, we're almost there, y'all. We are at 4 5/8. turny turns here. Alright, let's see where we're at. 4.5, right on the money, honey. Yes, sir. Cool. Now, just take our little Allen wrench. We're gonna snug this lock collar down. Alright, now let's see if our lock collar is going to hold. I am going to put a second one on it because that's how I like to do them. Hey, it held. Alright. Alright, y'all, all put together. I'm going to grab another lock collar out of the bag, and yeah, we're ready to mount this thing in the tractor. So, alright, bring right back. Alright, y'all, got the driver bolted back on the engine. So let's see if this thing will slide in here and lines up. Woo! Look at that, y'all. She is lined up. Oh yeah. So now I'm gonna pull it out just a hair, and I'm gonna measure what I need for a coupler. Jeez. And it looks like we're going to need 3-inch. Yeah, 3-inch will work. Yeah, we'll do a 3-inch. We're going to make one. That way I know the holes are right where they need to be. So, yeah, I'm happy. She lines up. So, yeah. Alright, well, let's get the clutch hanger. Get that bolted on. We got it laying right here too. Alright, there's that. And I'm just going to use a carriage bolt for right now. I will get another rod to go through it. A longer bolt. Can't see my hole. There we go. Alright. Yeah, baby. Whoa. Hey, you can't push the clutch in. You don't got nothing holding it. Alright. Tighten that down just a hair. I don't have a wrench here. Alright, I'm gonna grab a wrench, tighten that down, we'll see what we got going on. Alright, y'all. I've been playing with the spacers under the engine and everything. I don't think this is the right throwout arm for the for this engine, because it's out at the very bottom of the opening, which we can re-drill a hole down, you know, lower to get it centered better, because I can't space the engine up anymore. If I do that, then I get my alignment gets off. See, my alignment's off now, and I've got extra spacers under this right now, trying to bring that engine up in this throwout arm. So I may look into. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Battery died, but where was I at? Oh, we were shimming the engine up. Talk about shimming the engine. I think I can drill down lower, or I might be able to clearance the bottom of the hole where the throwout bearing goes through. But I want to get a coupler in here and get this engine bolted in before I drill any more holes in this bracket or try to clearance this or get a new throwout arm. So I was measuring here. I center to center on the holes, overall length, all that, so I can get that made. Yeah, I think we're about as far as we can go right now till we get that coupler in here and get it in, and I know where I need to shim at stuff. So all right, yeah, real productive for me. I don't know if you guys think so too, but you know, for me, I feel like it's pretty productive. So yeah. All right, y'all. I know these videos don't seem like they're very long, but you know, this takes a lot longer off camera than what I'm showing. Getting all that stuff ready, getting that roll pin out, you know. So sorry I'm chopping it up so much. If I was just building this thing, I could probably build it in 3 weeks, but trying to film it for YouTube, show you guys, you know, kind of get you good video and stuff, it just takes a little longer, and I apologize that, you know, like I said, it's breaking up so much, but you know, I want to try to get good content for you all. So like I said, it's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully in the next video we'll have the coupler. If not, we'll move on to getting the engine bolted down permanently, get the carburetor on it. Well, I may shoot some paint on the engine first, get the carburetor on it, coil, starter, all that stuff, and you know, once we get the coupler, you know, well, even before we get the coupler, and that we could technically fire this thing up, but you know, I probably should see if it'll run, which, you know, I'm pretty confident it will. But again, you know, yeah, it's just a process. Sorry, like I said, taking so long, but yeah. All right. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm tired. It's been a long, you know, couple weeks. So appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.